What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be talking about Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira. The fight, the rematch finally got announced for UFC 277, I believe, or UFC 287, I should say, on April 8th. We're going to see the rematch go down. Obviously, the last fight happened back in November. We're going to be talking about my opinions and why I think Alex Pereira should be the favorite. As you guys can see with the betting odds, that you see Israel Adesanya is the favorite, minus 145, I believe, and we're going to be talking about why he shouldn't be. I'm going to explain to you guys why I think Alex Pereira actually has the upper hand in this matchup, why I think he should be the favorite. Now, I'm not trying to say that I think Alex will win. Yes, Israel has a lot of ways of winning and was winning the last fight. But when you look at Alex's traits, when you look at the fight with Alex, you could really see that Alex has a lot of things that favor him. The odds should literally be in his favor because he has a lot of advantages over Adesanya. We're going to be talking about that. If you guys haven't hit the subscribe button already, please hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, and all that. And let's get into this. Let's get into my opinions. Let me know what you think, as always, in the comment section below. Alright, so let's talk about the timeline here. Obviously, we all know the story, but I'm going to explain it anyway. Alex Pereira and Israel Adesanya first faced off in kickboxing many years ago. Izzy lost a very close decision against Alex, and then years later, they fought again, or I don't know if it was years later, but right afterwards or something like that. At some point, they fought again, and Adesanya gets knocked out cold with a left hook by Alex Pereira. At this point, Israel Adesanya is like, hey, I gotta go move on. The real money's in MMA. Let me move to MMA and use my kickboxing style in mixed martial arts and see how I do. So he begins his MMA career, gets to UFC eventually, becomes a middleweight champion, beats Robert Whittaker, Yoel Romero, Paulo Costa, a bunch of those top level guys. And I think it could only be assumed at this point that Alex was like, hey, I beat Adesanya, so why can't I do this? I'm supposedly better than him. What does he have that I don't? Alex Pereira goes into MMA also, and very shortly gets into the UFC, gets about 3 matchups before he fights Israel Adesanya. Obviously, he knocked out Sean Strickland in impressive fashion, took Bruno Silva to a decision, and also knocked out, I forgot who his UFC debut was, but knocked him out as well. Now, the fight with Adesanya was booked November 12th of last year at MSG, and let's get into the fight. Obviously, Adesanya rocked Alex Pereira very badly in the first round, but overall, Israel was winning the fight. Going into the 5th round, Adesanya was probably up 3 rounds to 1, and then in the 5th round, Alex Pereira gets a standing TKO against Israel Adesanya, making him the new middleweight champion. So obviously, I think a lot of people would say, hey, why should Alex Pereira be the favorite? He was losing the last fight. I'm going to explain to you why. Alex Pereira overall has a lot of physical advantages over Israel Adesanya. Now, one of the things I want to bring up is the obvious, something that a lot of people talk about is the weight, the size. I mean, the guy looks huge next to Glover Teixeira, and Glover Teixeira is a light heavyweight. The guy is huge. He's about 6'6", even though he's like labeled 6'4". The guy is super tall, taller than Adesanya, and he looks a lot bigger than Adesanya. Last time he almost missed weight. He was like one of the last people to weigh in like the last minute or something crazy like that. Made weight. So right away we have a massive weight discrepancy there, which is going to affect things like grappling, striking, clinch exchanges. Second thing I want to talk about is that we've seen Alex Pereira has a chin. We've seen him be able to take Adesanya's best shots. We saw him in round 1 really take a huge left hook from Adesanya, and he was fine. Even though he was wobbled, he was really wobbled. And yes, maybe if that fight was 10 seconds longer, or that round rather was 10 seconds longer, maybe we'd have a different story here. Alex Pereira was rocked badly, and going into the second round looked fine. He came out. We've seen him take Adesanya's biggest shots, so we know that, and that it has something to do with the size, I think. Next, we've seen the knockout power of Alex Pereira, and Alex Pereira has proven now that he can knock out Adesanya twice at the end of the fight. He did it in the second fight, and he did it in the last fight in MMA. So Adesanya has to be perfect for 25 minutes, right? I mean, Alex Pereira can provenly afford to miss rounds here and there and can get the finish in the later rounds, right? Adesanya cannot afford to make any mistakes with Alex Pereira. Now, these are most of the reasons why I think Alex should be the favorite. Like I said, if you look at the overall matchup, forget it's Israel Adesanya. I mean, it really goes to him. Plus, you have the factor of Israel Adesanya now saying, hey, Alex could still beat me years later. A lot of his confidence must be gone, and you must assume so, right? And a lot of confidence must be up for Alex Pereira to be like, I still could beat this guy. I could beat him in the stand-up. and a lot of lessons could be taken away from Alex Pereira from that last one. I think that Israel Adesanya should grapple a little more in this next matchup. He didn't grapple to me in the last one because I think of ego. I think he just wanted to prove he was the better kickboxer, but I think this time we're going to see him learn his lesson. I think we're going to see him grapple, and that's his best chance. We saw in the third round or so, Alex Pereira being dominated on the ground by Israel Adesanya. He had a lot of ground control. I think finished the round on top, and I think if Israel Adesanya really works on his grappling, mixing the takedowns with the striking, I think he can win a pretty dominant decision. But Alex Pereira isn't fighting a high-level grappler. He isn't fighting a high-level wrestler, so which tells me that we actually might see Alex Pereira be able to defend the takedowns, because it's going to be a lot easier to learn to defend the takedowns in this period of time than it would if you were fighting a guy like, Yoel Romero or an actual really good wrestler. But let me know what you guys think about this matchup. I think a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but I just wanted to talk about what I thought, give my opinions. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought. Do you agree with any of my points? Do you disagree with any of my points? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.